Welcome back. I'm Sarah Marshall from Pause and Translation on Cape Cod, and this is the second video in my series on teaching stay and the 3 Ds. Whenever we introduce one of the 3 Ds, which again is duration, distractions, and distance, we want to focus on that one element and not worry too much about the others. So even though Oreo and I have built up about 30 seconds of duration, I'm not going to ask for a whole lot of it as I introduce distractions and distance. Distance is a foreign concept to him right now, so I'll build it gradually and combine it with duration later on. So we're going to start Oreo on distance. I'll show you how I do it and how I adjust to him because I haven't worked with him on this at all, so you're going to see it real time. Oreo, sit, stay. Nice. So I've got just some of his kibble here. He likes to work for his kibble, so I will take that. Good job. Come on over here, sit, stay. Nice. Stay. Nice. Come on over. Sit. Stay. Nice. So, not asking for nearly as much duration as he's capable of. We're just concentrating on putting the distance in right now. Stay. Nice. Good boy. I also want to make sure that I'm not maintaining eye contact, that he sees different pictures from me. So I'm going to do it with my back turned this time. Stay. Nice. There are a lot of reasons for a stay to break down or to never get off the ground in the first place. So I want to address a couple of the more common reasons I see. One of the biggest stay busters I see is asking for too much too quickly. Whenever I'm teaching something, I'm looking for an 80% success rate or better before I add more challenge. I'm building the foundation of Oreo's stay right now. And if it's not a strong foundation, it can crumble later on. Oreo did great when I introduced distance, but if he had been getting up or moving around, that would have been a sign to me to make adjustments to set him up for success. Stay. Come on back. Come on back. Sit. Stay. Nice. So that time, I threw him for a loop. I started walking in a different direction, and it's actually towards a door to the outside, and he got up. So I simply came back over, asked him for another sit over here, and made it a little bit easier for him. So I didn't walk quite as far before turning back. Vince Lombardi once said, "Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect." Whether it's sports or dog training, simply practicing isn't going to get you to your goal if your practice is full of mistakes. If you find that your dog isn't doing what you want, think about how you can break the exercise down into smaller pieces and help your dog succeed. Another big stay buster is making your dog reliant on constant feedback. Whatever you choose to use as your cue, give it once and don't draw it out. Stay. When using a verbal cue, say it once instead of repeating it over and over. Stay, 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 stay. When using a hand signal, Give it once and put your hand back down. Don't hold your hand up the entire time your dog is staying. If you envision your dog staying when you're out of the room or your back is turned or there are things in your hands, make sure you're presenting a clear picture right from the very beginning. I'm really happy with how Oreo is doing with distance, so this week we'll continue to build some distance, build some duration with some distance, and continue to build on duration close up. I'm not going to go out of sight or behind Oreo yet because I put those in the distraction category. I'm also going to be practicing around the house in boring locations because we haven't added distractions yet. That will be our next video. So until then, happy training.